Hey guys, what is up? We are back finally with some Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Detroit Tigers. I apologize for the delay in videos. What I had thought was a cold was actually COVID. So I've been down and out for the last week or so. Woke up today finally starting to feel a little bit like myself, so I figured I would try to get a video out. So if I cough throughout the video, I apologize. I'll try to edit out what I can edit out. But yeah, I'm doing a whole lot better than I was a week ago at this time, or even 3 or 4 days ago at this time. So at any rate, it is Sunday, September 1st. So since we last left off, and it's been about 10 days or so since I've recorded anything for this, but I believe we ended off at August 1st, so I simmed ahead a month since we last talked, and we've pretty much got the Central Division locked down. We're 85-45, 24 games up on Cleveland with a month left to go. We have right now the second best record in the American League, third best record in baseball. Only the Dodgers and the Angels have better marks than us. Just a quick recap of stats. And basically all we're going to do in this episode, I think, is go through the end of the season. I'm not entirely sure I have the energy to push through the offseason. We'll see how long this takes and how I'm feeling, but I want to at least get through the end of the regular season and the postseason here. So we'll do a full dive into the stats at the end of the year, but just a quick overview here. You can see offensively and pitching, we're really having a great year. Second in the American League in runs scored, third in runs allowed. Our bullpen is second. We've got the second most amount of home runs, second highest batting average, second highest OPS. It's just been a good season all around. The only thing, we're below average defensively, but you can't win them all, I guess. Having some really nice seasons from a lot of players. Christian Arroyo is having just a fantastic year for us. We're only paying him like $4 million. We got a couple of rookies in Jung-Hoo Lee and Yu Yi Liu, who's the number one prospect in baseball, both having really solid rookie campaigns. Byron Buxton is going to be a 5-win player this year. Torkelson continues his development. Carson Kelly continues to hit well. Really, the only disappointment in the lineup has been Marcelo Meyer, and even he has started to pick it up as of late. Pitching-wise, Casey Mize having a really nice bounce-back season. We picked up Chris Archer at the trade deadline, and he went 2-2 with a 3.81 in August. Jack Flaherty is back from injury, has been for about a month and a half now. He's getting his legs underneath him. Tariq Skubal's only 9-10, but 3.5 WAR out of him. So I mean, we're in pretty good shape here. Parker Meadows out for another 2 to 3 weeks, so we have Mike Yastrzemski we picked up at the trade deadline, or a little bit before the trade deadline, actually, starting out in right field, but he's probably a non-tender candidate in the offseason because he wants like $6 million or something like that, and we just don't have that kind of money. So that's just kind of a refresh or a recap on where we are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sim ahead through up until the last week or so of the season, and then we'll sim a day at a time just to kind of see where we finish up. And then, like I said, we'll do that deep dive into statistics for both our main roster and some of our prospects, and then we'll get to the postseason. So I'll be back in just a sec. All right, we're back on October 1st. Some good, some bad from the last month of the season. The bad was injuries. Parker Meadows is now unknown. His return date is unknown with that elbow strain, so we could be without one of our best defensive outfielders for the postseason. I don't know. We got another week. Hopefully he gets better within that week and we can stick him on the postseason roster. We'll see. Byron Buxton got hurt a couple weeks ago. He's due back in a week, so we should have him back for the postseason. The big one, though, is Junior Fernandez. We lost him with a torn labrum. He's done till next season. He was terrific as our closer this year, putting up almost 3 WAR as a closer. So We moved Matt Manning into the closer role. Manning was injured for a lot of the season. We brought him back, and he went in as a setup man, and pitched pretty well since coming back from injuries. 6-1 on the year, a couple of saves. So hopefully we can kind of catch lightning in a bottle there. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and sim the rest of the week, and let's just go to regular season ends. And we'll keep seeing. We're 101-56 right now, tied for the best record in the American League with the Angels. 102-56. Look at the Dodgers, 106-53. They're having themselves quite a season. Just try to get through these next 4 games without suffering a major injury, and I will take that. So let's play, or I guess sim, the final game of the year. All right, so we lose 5-4 in the final game of the year. We finished 102-60, which, if we look at our history, we took over here, where we went 59-103, and we've gone from 59 wins to 77 to 92 to 102 in 4 years. So I will take that as a turnaround. Let's look at, I think we can bring him back from the DL at this point. We can. Where did he go? Where is he? Oh, he's not showing up in the playoff roster. So I got to make some changes here. We're going to pull Yastrzemski off. No, we're going to pull Fletcher off. What am I doing? Put Yastrzemski back on. Where is he? Let's just get everybody where we need them. I'm going to have Ciani backing up my outfield positions because he's the best defensive outfielder we have. Bryce Ball we called up at roster expansion, and I'm not interested really in having him on the roster. Or maybe I am. No, I'm not. Where's Brigman? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So we send Ball down. We call up Brigman. I'm sorry, guys. COVID fog is a real thing. So I'm doing my best to grind through this. But, all right. So we called up Brigman. Or didn't call up, but we put him back on the playoff roster. All right, so let's look at mail real quick, see if there's anything here we need to look at. I don't believe so. Cody Bellinger hits his 300th home run. Carson Kelly wants to come back. I don't know that we're going to be able to afford him. As of right now, we can't afford him, so we'll just have to sort of see what happens. All right. So let's start with our pitching staff. So Tariq Skubal ends up 12-11, 223 strikeouts, 197 innings pitched, 124 whip, 10 Ks per 9, 3.54 FIP, 4.5 WAR for Tariq Skubal this season. Very, very nice. Chris Archer finishes with us at 5-4 with a 3.89. Came in and did a nice job in 12 starts. Good season out of Archer. Casey Mize follows up a 5-11 season with a 15-5 season, 190 innings, 217 Ks. ERA was a bit high due to the home runs. Really 1.6 home runs per 9, most on the team, but 2.5 WAR. Zach Pop was really, really good as a setup man, over 2 WAR. Luis Castillo came in and for cheap dollars, $1.4 million, was 13-8 and threw 160 innings and gave us 2 WAR. If you use the the WAR calculator, a starting pitcher is worth about $10 million per WAR, which means Luis Castillo gave us roughly $22 million worth of value for $1.4 million. I'll take it. Cleonel Perez had another nice season for us. Flaherty was up and down. I mean, he was okay. I mean, the ERA wasn't very good, 5.94, but the BABIP was really, really high. He just walked too many batters this season. You can see his FIP was 4.01, so I'm not really worried about Flaherty with his 57 control. He'll be fine. Adrian Hauser was pretty good after coming over to us from Milwaukee mid-season, 81 strikeouts and 86 innings. And then the rest of our bullpen was okay. Nobody had a sub-0 WAR. Excuse me. Our worst pitcher who threw a significant amount of innings was Brendan Little, and even he was good as a back of the bullpen guy, 82 strikeouts and 67 innings, 3.72 ERA. So no complaints whatsoever about our pitching staff. We will have to figure out what we want to do. We're going to go 4-man, and I think Castillo is going to be the odd man out. So I think we're going to do that. And I think we're just going to stick with the rotation the way it is, or can we even do that? I think we're going to do that because Flaherty should be nice and rested come postseason. So I think we're going to run with that, and we'll leave our bullpen the way it is. I would like potentially going with a stopper, but I don't know who that would be. Do we want to make? I mean, he's a fly. I struggle to make a fly ball pitcher a stopper because he's going to get a lot of pitching opportunities, and that can lead to some home runs. But we'll cross that bridge if we need to. For now, we're just going to leave it the way it is with Manning as our closer. Lineups. The rookie Lou, number 1 overall prospect, finished with 5.7 WAR, 34 home runs, walked 103 times. Hit 259, actually hit higher than I anticipated he would. And now you have an on-base percentage that's close to 400, slugging over 500. And his BABIP was actually below 300, so he even got a little unlucky with his hits. So I'll take that. Christian Arroyo, probably the best deal we've made so far. Well, between that and Buxton, those are the two best trades we've made, I think, in our 4 seasons here at the helm of the Tigers. Christian Arroyo was just fantastic. 862 OPS, 512 slugging, 4.2 WAR out of the leadoff hole. Hit 28 home runs. Couldn't have asked for anything more there. Buxton put together another solid season. Would have ended up over 5 WAR if he hadn't gotten injured. This will likely be the last season for Buxton with us, as he's going to want a fairly substantial contract. Although, I mean, we might be able to offer him the 1-year qualifying offer. And if he takes it, I'd pay him $19 million or whatever it is, $18 million for next season. And if he declines it, we can get a draft pick. So we'll see what happens there. But another good season for Buxton. Jung-Hoo Lee, another rookie, came in, had a good year, 868 OPS, 26 homers, 90 knocked in. I mean, our offense was just phenomenal this year. 3.4 WAR. Spencer Torkelson continues to develop career highs in home runs and RBIs this season. Had almost a duplicate season to last season. Look at that. I mean, really across the board. A few more hits, more home runs, a few more walks, a few less strikeouts. His OPS was almost identical. His slugging was identical. So Spencer Torkelson settling nicely into that 3,100 guy. I'll take it. Carson Kelly and Ali Sanchez make up one of the best catching duos in baseball. 5 WAR between the two of them. Colton Welker hit really well in a kind of part-time play, I guess. 857 OPS, 1.8 WAR, and just 362 at-bats. Mike Yastrzemski hit 236 after coming over from us, so he was okay. He ended up hitting the ball all right after coming over from San Francisco. 740 OPS. He's a captain, but again, he's probably gone after this season. Bregman was okay. Marcelo Meyer struggled his first season with the bat, and was actually below average with the glove too. So that's a bit surprising and a bit not concerning because he's only 21. So I think he'll be fine. But he's got the defensive chops. The stats are there. I think he'll be fine ultimately. with the glove, and the bat is still developing. Siani, limited playing time, and Nico Goodrum struggled with the bat, but played pretty much everywhere, right? First, second, played every position except for catcher this year. So did what was asked of him there. Let's look at the standings. All right, so it looks like we're pretty much set. Yeah, so Tampa wins the East 93-69. We win the Central. The Angels win the West with the Astros and the Mariners getting the wild cards. And out in the National League, the Braves win the East, the Cardinals the Central, the Dodgers the West, and then the Giants and the Phillies will enter as wild cards. Luis Arraez hits 342. Eloy Jimenez 337. Brandon Marsh 319. Trout 51 home runs. Jimenez finishes second there as well with 43. So Eloy Jimenez almost won the Triple Crown. It was 8 home runs shy and 5 batting average points shy of the Triple Crown. Lucius Fox leads in stolen bases. Trout with a 1.014 OPS. Also led in WAR. Griffin Canning led in ERA. Shane McClanahan in wins. Lucas Giolito in strikeouts. Tariq Skubal tied with Giolito in WAR. And Junior Fernandez led the American League in saves. Over in the National League, Jeff McNeil, Corey Seager, Alec Bohm. Cody Bellinger led with 50 home runs. Joey Gallo with 44 for the Reds. Gallo led in RBIs. Juan Soto led the National League in OPS. Cody Bellinger in WAR. Tony DeBrell for the Mets. I don't know who that is, but he's hurt. Tony DeBrell with the Mets led the National League in ERA. Max Scherzer with the Giants now led the National League in wins. Junior Santos with the Mets, who was he was a monster. Look at those numbers. 23 years old, 229 strikeouts. Scherzer in WAR. Kenley Jansen led the National League in saves. If we take a look at our prospects, we still, I believe, have the top prospect system in baseball. We do. And if we look at our pipeline, we've talked about Lou already. Elijah Green, our first-round pick 2 seasons ago, is starting to come around, hit the ball really well after the promotion to High A last year. Powers coming along, hit 310, 364, 540. We'll probably start him next season in Double A. We talked about Meyer. Jordan Castro is an international guy. Cam Collier was our first-round pick last year. And he had a pretty good second season. 260, 343, 422. Can already play third base defensively. Still got good base running ability. Just needs that contact to improve a bit, and he should be fine. Will Sanders is going to be up with the big team next season. He got a couple of starts in August this past season and was fantastic. You can see there 3 starts, 15 hits, only 2 walks, 25 strikeouts in 3 starts. He'll be in the rotation next season, so looking forward to that. Saldana is an international guy. Moreno is an international guy. Bryce Ball we got at the trade deadline from San Francisco, and didn't really hit all that well until, I guess he was okay in Toledo. Wasn't great, but he was okay. He'll start next season in AAA and will be actually, he may start next season in the bigs as a backup bat. Although carrying 2 first basemen is a luxury, so we will see. Kai Caranto. Actually, you know what? I want to go back. I skipped a couple people. I skipped Braylon Bishop, who was our second-round pick in our first draft. Good season in high A ball. 293, 354, 463. So he'll start alongside Green in Double A ball. Kai Caranto was our 4th-round pick in 2023. Starting to hit a little bit in rookie ball. The eyes there. We'll probably move him up to A ball next season. Chance Mako. He was another draft pick in 2023, and he struggled in rookie ball, so he'll probably replicate that as a 20-year-old. You start to get a little worried about that, but, they're not all going to be winners, I guess. And that's it, I guess, for a look at the rookies. So let's get into the postseason. Let's see how we do in our first postseason. I guess our second post. Did we make that? I don't even remember. It's been so long. Parker Meadows is eligible to come off the DL. Can we put him on the playoff roster? Is he eligible? He is. Fantastic. So who do we want to pull off of? I think it's got to be Yastrzemski. We can get Parker Meadows back out there. That's wonderful. Oops, who did I just take out? I took out our third baseman. Lou, rather. Meadows against righties. I think I wanted him batting leadoff against righties. And then against lefties. Ooh, we got to fix our lineup here. So we got to get Buxton back out there. Brigman will start against lefties at short, and Parker Meadows will bat ninth against lefties. Actually, I think he's okay against lefties, right? Yeah, but I mean, he's not better than anybody else, so we're going to leave it the way it is. And then here we have to certainly don't want to forget to set our lineups against non-DH teams in case we make the postseason, and then we're stuck with some sort of crazy lineup that the AI develops rather than us. So, all right. So we have our lineup set. Let's save this and make sure that nothing crashes. So yeah, good to be back. Didn't deal with some horrible symptoms. Biggest symptom for me was really the fatigue. Couldn't do anything for more than a couple hours without needing to sleep. So I finally have some of that energy back today. So I felt like doing something. So let's do something. So we're gonna be taking on the Tampa Bay Rays here in the postseason. So let's look at the Rays real quick. See what we're up against. 93-69 on the year. Shane McClanahan, their best pitcher, 17-5 with a 3.73 ERA. Decent bullpen. No real injuries to speak of other than Jeff Hoffman. Their offense is okay, middle of the pack, but up and down, really. I mean, nobody who's really, really terrible. Sean Murphy had a bad year, but they got a pretty good lineup. So we take on Tampa Bay. So let's get to it. McClanahan against Mize. Sim game 1. We win 1-0. Cleonel Perez gets when we scored 6 in the 8th. No home runs. Casey Mize went 6, gave up 3 runs, 9 hits, struck out 11. Brendan Little came in, struggled, walked 2, struck out 4. Cleonel Perez came in. He got the win, but he gave up the tying hits. Their closer came in and got rocked. They hit 3 home runs and lost. So game 1 goes to the Tigers. Let's move on to game 2. Luis Patino against Jack Flaherty. And this is what we paid Flaherty the big money for. Will Vest is out with elbow inflammation. That's fine. I don't know that we can call anybody up until the postseason is over. Let's see. Yeah, we can't. So, well, that person was already on. What am I doing? Can we put Sanders on? We can. Okay, cool. So Will Sanders going to get a shot here as a middle reliever in the postseason. Let's get to game number 2. Jack Flaherty. We lose 5-2. So they took a 1-0 lead in the first. We were up 2-1 after 4. They scored 2 in the 5th, add a run in the 7th and 8th. Wander Franco goes 3 for 5 with 3 runs knocked in. Byron Buxton 2 for 4. Flaherty gave up 4 and 6 and a third. Luis Patino gave up 2 and 6. All right, so we're tied at 1 through 2 games. So game 3 is going to be in Tampa. So we lose home field advantage here as we drop one of the games at home. Tariq Skubal against John Gray in game 3. Okay, Chance Kirby retires. Hope he enjoys his retirement, and let's move on to game 3. And we lose that game as well. All right. Well, what happened there? We lose 5-4 in 13 innings. So Skubal goes the first 6 1/3, gives up 3 runs, strikes out 11. Will Sanders comes in, unfortunately, and gives up a run in an inning and 2/3. Their bullpen was just better than ours. Their bullpen was perfect in 6 1/3, 7. Their bullpen didn't give up a run in 8 innings. Ours gave up 2. So we're now down 2-1 in this best of 5. So we got to win these final 2 games. So we got Chris Archer going against Taj Bradley in game 4. Can we hold on? We can't. We lose in 4 games. Well, that sucks. So we go 102-60 and get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. All right. Well, I guess sometimes you got to walk before you can run. And this one was over before we even had our beer and we're sitting down at our couch. We were down 7-2 after 2 innings. So Archer didn't get it done in the postseason for us, unfortunately. Our 2 midseason pitching acquisitions just didn't get it done. Hauser and Archer got lit up in that one. So, all right, well, shit happens, as they say, right? So let's go ahead and sim to the end of the playoffs. We'll see who wins, and I think we'll call it an episode. A good first episode back, one to kind of get my feet back underneath me. The next episode, obviously, will be the off-season. It's a little disappointing, but we'll watch here and see what happens. The Angels beat the Astros in 5. The Dodgers beat the Phillies in 4. Braves sweep the Cardinals. The Angels are now up 2-0 on the Rays. Dodgers and Braves are tied at 1. So we're gonna have some decisions to make in this offseason. So we were a little bit ahead of schedule, frankly. I wasn't anticipating, as we have a Dodgers-Angels World Series, which is really to be expected. I wasn't anticipating us to be a 100-win team in year 4, but Buxton's up for contract. Carson Kelly's up for a new contract. Some of our younger players are going to reach arbitration. We should see a bump in our payroll this year, just based on attendance. So we should see a bump there, which should allow us to not have to worry about cutting costs. But we may take a step backwards next season, because I don't know that we're going to be able to bring Buxton back. I certainly don't think we're going to be able to bring Kelly back, as the Dodgers beat the Angels 4-1 in the World Series. So the Dodgers win the 2024 World Series. But that's okay. So we're through year 4, and we are now coming off of a 100-win season. So let's take a look at some of this stuff. So Archer fails to meeting his vesting requirements. That's fine. Let's look at our mail. Let's see what our budget and stuff is. So they want us to reach the playoffs, upgrade at shortstop, improve our stolen bases, sign Byron Buxton. I don't know that I can do that. Our payroll is set to be $110 million. So we got a tiny bit of money based off of what some of these players are asking for. So I think right off the bat, Yastrzemski will get non-tendered. And this is all stuff we're going to do next episode. Yastrzemski's going to get non-tendered. Some of these players we can probably bring back for less than this. But I don't know that Carson Kelly's going to be... Yeah, we're not going to be able to bring Kelly back. I don't think we're going to be able to bring Buxton back. So we're not going to have a lot of money. I think we can right off the bat increase ticket prices. But yeah, we're not going to be able to do a ton in free agency this year. Top prospects. Elijah Green's down to 6th. Do we still have the top system? I don't think we will. We do, but only because Lou is still considered a prospect. So, yeah. So, guys, you know what we got to do this year. Buxton and Kelly are going to be the two big subtractions, I think, from the team this year. We're going to be adding Will Sanders to our starting rotation. I think our lineup is pretty well set. We may have to, nickel and dime for a couple of places. We've got a lot, excuse me, a lot of 3-star depth in the minor leagues that we can use to maybe try to upgrade, if we can trade, 3-star players for a 4-star player kind of thing. That might be something we screw around with in the offseason. But from there, it's really going to be, letting some of these, I don't want to rush Green. I don't want to rush Collier. These guys are the future, so we let them develop and we get them to the big club when they're supposed to be there. Like I said, we're a little bit ahead of schedule, which is good, but I'm not going to veer away from the strategy. So you guys, appreciate you watching, appreciate you hanging with me while I was out. Hope the videos will be coming a little bit more regularly now. We'll see how I feel. But until we talk again, everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.